We have some white people that are getting to see the truth. They're getting to see the reality. And the reality that they are saying is that they were raised in hate and they don't want to repeat the same pattern. They don't want to pass the same pattern down to the younger generations because they received the hate and they felt how difficult that was to live with. Living with lies being told to you about some other group of people that is so much innocent. And in this perfect case scenario is about, we are seeing this young generation of white people coming out and calling out their parents. In fact, they're listening to their parents and they're saying that, you know what, you're lying. You're not saying the truth. And they're calling them out. And they are angry. Why have you always misled us? Why have you always told us all these lies about black people? Because at the end of the day, they are not the truth. So we are seeing a young generation, a young white generation that is saying that, no. You've said so much lies about black people. And now we are not allowing you to continue with the same lies. And they're exposing their parents, because in this video, you could definitely see this young lady trying to correct his dad. We have some also young adults that have cut off their families because of being racist. Their families are having racist ideas, are having all these, myths that they were told about black people, but in there they're not the truth. And so the point of education comes when this young generation says that, no. You've lied for us for a long time. And we are not being part of that. We are not allowing you continue to lie to us. We are standing for black people. We are standing for the truth. So brothers and sisters, why not watch this video? Then I'll be back. I'll be, sharing my thoughts in regards to this. And if you're watching me for the first time, I'm your host and presenter In HSTRY. So let's get into it. I'll be back.
Shut up.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
physically go and I
position?
see these people.
Do you understand the systematic
They
and
get all
historical
kinds
reason
of
for why they're in
chances
that
and
position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's some that don't, and there's good people.
No.
And then there's most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs. And that's all they
have been oppressed. They have not been given the same opportunities you have had.
Yes, they do, and there's plenty of black people.
No, they don't, Dad.
There's plenty of
And you not
minorities.
recognizing that as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a lot
orange,
harder
yellow.
for them to get to that
It
position.
doesn't matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. And that
You're calling people of color black animals. You're calling them animals. Are you kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not okay. No matter what,
part,
that's not okay. No matter what, it's not okay. Racism is not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
Oh, that's mine.
Billy, I'm gonna look at. No, I'm looking at statistics right now.
Your statistics they can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
So why are
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do it.
Statistics wrong?
Because they can be warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play. When you
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking protesters? Peaceful protesters.
listen to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not though.
Yes, I am.
You're one-sided informed.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it. That means that I am educated on it and you are not.
I'm sick of hearing it.
The fact that you can have that ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay, so-
Ignorance for the minority
So I'm
is
looking at statistics
destruction.
that are wrong. This is just pure wrong information out there.
Just give me the statistic.
In 2017, 457 white people were shot to death by the police in the United States.
Okay.
223 were black.
76% of the population is white. 13% is black. If they were being killed at the exact same rate by police officers, the rate of black people being killed would be 8.9, but it's not. It's 24%. The rate of white people being killed should be about where it is. So they're being killed at a higher rate. There's more white people, meaning that the amount of people killed by cops who are white would be higher.
The reaction of the person. I'm not saying
Because they're tired.
not saying it's
they're tired
right.
of being treated
I'm
that way.
not saying it's right.
Good.
But if they started teaching them that this is the world that we live in, you don't want to be killed. Why do you think your friend's father taught him that?
Because his black son doesn't end up dead like Tamir Rice.
Because he doesn't want him to grow up with the chip on his shoulder that
he doesn't want his black son to end up dead.
Exactly.
That's not okay. Why do you think that's okay?
Because
why is it something that you're okay with? Why is that a reality that you're okay with?
I'm okay with it.
But you are.
No, I'm not.
Stand against it. So stand against it. If you're not okay with it, so stand against it.
When I'll stand against it? When the black people in the ghetto stop carrying an illegal weapon. When the black people in the ghetto stop murdering each other.
I'll start caring about cops when they stop killing black people.
I'll start caring about black people when they stop killing cops.
My family is racist. Let's talk about it. Specifically, my brothers, they were just making jokes about if there was a white man and a black man in front of you guys and they were both aggressive and you had a gun, which one would you kill first? And they didn't say it was the white man. First of all, what kind of freaking question's that? Second of all, like, that's not funny. Third of all, when I get defensive and I'm like, well, that is really messed up to say, don't say that. It's statistics in America. According to statistics in America. And then let's go to ChatGPT to clarify the statistic in America. It's so messed up, and I called them out for being racist. And one of them was like, yeah, I'm racist and I'm proud to be racist. What the frick? And like, it's so crazy that this is happening. I think what's worse is the fact that like I'm related to them. Like, how embarrassing. And what's even worse is like how much like they don't care. That is so freaking crazy to me. They call every Hispanic person that looks even slightly Hispanic Mexican. They call all Asians Chinese. And they don't even want to learn that there's a difference. And you know what sucks even more is that we're all doing this in the name of Jesus and God. And that God would be pro-ICE. And that Jesus would be pro-Trump. And I'm like, never have I wanted nothing to do more with you guys in my life. I'm laughing because of like, not because it's funny, but because it's like, my dog. It's like a nervous response, like, what? And no wonder the black community is always on guard with people like this. No wonder anytime people hears that you love Jesus or you love God, they want to run. It's because of this. Ugh. Anyways, it's just like heartbreaking, frustrating, and like, I don't even really care that like I'm deemed the sensitive one, the emotional one, because I'm constantly calling them out. I'm the victim and I'm always trying to pick a fight. But like, I'm really proud of myself for like every time anything has been said, I have stuck up. I've been like, you can't say that. That is not just disrespectful. That is racist. They throw around the N-word like it's funny. My white brothers. What? You can't say that. And anytime I like call them out for saying that, they say it even more. Because they can do whatever they want. And their excuse is that America is a free country and we have the freedom of speech. What? And I'm not crying because I feel like taken out or beaten down. I'm weeping because like this is what's wrong with this world. Like, this is why we have so much hate. And it's so frustrating because we're the problem. And in a way, like, I'm encouraged that there's like people like me and the friends I have at home that like are not like this. I will call you out if you're being racist. I will call you out if you're being insensitive. And I'm really proud of that because that used to not be me. And I'm not scared of people anymore. It's just also really sad that it's like we know that this is happening, but it makes it like a million times worse when it's your family.
Let's talk about an uncomfortable aspect of racism. Some white people who have black children, even if they've birthed them, are racist. Yeah, not all of them, but a lot of them are. A lot of them just like to fetishize black people, thinking that, you know, I am just sexually attracted to them, but I don't have to treat them as human. I sat there my whole life watching my own mother do this to my brother. And it's really unfortunate because every single time they had a fight, what word do you think she used? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an N. And she birthed this man. She birthed this man, and she treated him like he was a dog his whole life, and still continues to do so. Why do you think that he moved 2,000 miles away immediately after college and never came back? Because a lot of white people out there just like to have black children just so that they can say they have black children. But a lot of y'all don't even want to talk about it. And again, it's not every white person, but a lot of you love to do this. For example, one time I was seeing a black guy, my mom caught wind of it, and she goes, "Oh my God, I want black grandbabies so bad." I was literally just seeing this guy. That was it. And she wanted to use black grandbabies as a trophy, to be like, "I have black grandbabies." What are you talking about? These people aren't trophies. You shouldn't treat them like, "Oh my God, it's so taboo. Look at me. I have black family." It's not like that. They're people. And it's so more prevalent than you think it is.
We've probably all experienced this before, but when we have some family say some off-colored racist shit, a lot of times we don't really say anything, but after a certain point, we have to speak up. And that's exactly what happened with my dad and I. We got in a conversation because he asked what I was doing to protect my parents' business against looters and vandalizers, and okay. I was like, no, I'm not worried at all, because the people that are protesting, such a small portion of them are actually vandalizing or looting. So no, I'm not worried, because I've been to multiple protests and experienced nothing but love and positivity. And this bootlicking motherfucker, he goes on, well, you know, blacks and Asians are more inherently violent, and their interactions with law enforcement are more likely to turn violent. And if I was a cop, I would be, you know, a 1 in 4 chance of the situation turning more violent if I was interacting with a person of color. Excuse me? I'm not worried about my dad getting killed in the field. I'm worried that he's going to kill somebody else, and I'm going to be protesting every single day to arrest him.
I went no contact with my racist father over 20 years ago, and I'm finally ready to talk about it. When my father found out that I was dating a black man, he decided to call in a family meeting. At the time, he lived about 20 hours away. He made the drive in about 15 hours. Decided to have this family meeting at our local library because you can't yell or scream at the library. I agreed to meet him, and the first words out of his mouth were something that I will never forget, and I will never be able to forgive him for. He told me that that I was going to die of AIDS from fucking a primate. I'll just leave it at that. I stood up, kept my head held high, and I walked out of that meeting room and never spoke to him again. I would like to add that he has not reached out to me in the last 20 plus years as well. He is dying of what is suspected to be Lewy body dementia, and I've kind of struggled with whether or not I should reach out to him, but he hasn't reached out to me either. Not to apologize, not to make amends, not to, for any reason, he has not reached out to me. So I think it's best that I just leave it as it is. And I'm making this video for anyone that might be struggling to go no contact with your racist family. I don't regret my decision, because I have a beautiful black son. He is an adult now. I'm okay because I know that I protected him from feeling hated by someone who should have loved him and should have accepted him for who he is. I can't imagine exposing my child to someone who had that much hate in their heart just because of the color of his skin. It makes me sad that it's 2026 and there are still people in this world that feel that they are superior or that they are more deserving because of the color of their skin. But that is not something that I will ever tolerate, and I will never subject my children to. I know that if I hadn't gone no contact with my father, that it just would not have been good. It would. So, to anyone out there who has these type of people in their family, I want you to know it's a them problem. It's them that have to it's them that have to reconcile their decisions and live with their choices and the beliefs that they have. And you going no contact is what's needed to protect your heart and your peace, and it's going to be okay, and it's for the best.
So I was watching a video of this woman calling her family out for racism, right? And I'm not typically moved too much when white people call out racism, because they should already call out racism. But people should really go see this woman's video, because she did what she needed to do in the way in which she needed to do it. But when black people say that racist white people spend their time obsessed over the thought of black people, and that's what they do with their time, we're not making it up. Because the video absolutely confirms exactly what we're saying. Because racism is obsession that has not been processed. And they cannot deal with the simple fact that they're obsessed with another group of people. And she also says a line in that entire video. And the video is a little bit long, but she says a line. She says, Jesus was not a white man. And you guys would be the same people that would stone him and put him on the cross. What's that thing that women do? She did a thing. Good job.
Please.
Yeah. What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah. I'm here.
Immigrant hate, right? Say that again? About going back to your country?
What
what
does that have to do with anything? Also, it doesn't
Go back
say
where?
anything about anything.
We're all Canadians here.
Literally, born and raised.
Seriously.
She's got to take a picture.
No, we didn't take a picture. It's a video.
It's a video.
But yeah.
Yeah, you've heard about social media, right? Yeah, what about going back to my country? Can you say that again, please?
We're born and raised here.
Say it with your chest now.
Yeah.
Proud.
Say it with your chest.
Proud Canadian. Let's go back where,
Say
sorry?
it loud. Say it loud and proud.
Yeah, go back where? How many languages do you speak?
2.
I speak 3. Is it because it's hard to find or be challenged by immigrant, or what is it about my country that you want me to go back to? Like, can you say that again?
Next time you have a problem.
You're so quiet now. Why are you so quiet now?
Go back where? I'm sorry. I just want you to say it again.
Yeah.
That's all.
To my country.
You're being racist, so say it. Say it. Yeah. Say it again. Be racist again.
Told you your mouth is going to get you into trouble one day.
And it did.
Because I told the kid to get
Oh,
his
it's a
shoes off
teenager.
the couch.
But why is that your problem?
13-year-old.
And then
Why is
told
that
us
your
to go back
problem?
to our country?
Come on. And
Yeah.
then she tells us to go back to our country.
Yeah.
How kind.
Beautiful.
Good Canadian spirit over here.
I want to tell you a story about hate and how people change even when you would swear they never would. I grew up in a house where racism wasn't subtle. My dad wasn't in the Klan, but some of his cousins were. And the language that he used, it was poison. And I didn't understand it at the time. I mean, I was a kid. I was like, 6, 7, 8. I just knew it felt wrong. I knew hatred didn't make sense when you were living in the projects surrounded by people who looked nothing like me. But they treated me better than some of my own family. 2 moments changed my dad forever. The first happened when I was about 8 or 9. He was working on this pickup truck, and it was one of the old ones that had the bumper style jacks on it. You had to crank it up. But the truck jack slipped, and his jacket was laying on the ground, and the tire was like up on his chest, but the tire was also holding on his jacket, so he couldn't move. And I mean, it was like pressing, and he couldn't even get like air in to yell. I mean, I was just a kid. I tried. I couldn't figure out how to get the jack to work. I was kind of freaking out. I was like going to try to get his pocket knife and like cut his jacket. But then, out of nowhere, some guy that was like 20 yards up on the street, a black guy, he seen what was happening. He comes down and he gets the truck up off my dad. And my dad got up and hugged him. For me, it was the first time I'd ever seen him see a black man as a human instead of the monster that he was taught to fear. Fast forward decades later, I'm working at IHOP. There's a coworker, his name was Selassie. Everybody just called him Black. And my dad stopped by for lunch. And anyway, I ended up going back to work. I thought that he had left. But apparently him and Black had moved to like this back table. and they talked for almost 4 hours. Well, after that happened, because it was about 4 hours later, I go to my lunch and I see him there. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? And he goes, come here and talk to me. So we go outside, and he goes to light up a cigarette, and he said, son, I'm sorry that I raised you with so much hate. Spending time with that man has made me ashamed of how I grew up and how I tried to teach you. People can change. Even people you think never will. But the environment around them matters. And that brings me to right now. Racism didn't disappear and then magically return in 2016. It's always been here. But something shifted in the last few years. Not because one man created hate. He didn't. But because he made it comfortable. He made cruelty feel like it was just telling it like it is. And look, I can't stand that phrase. Every time someone says, well, I'm just being brutally honest. No, sometimes it just means you're being a dick and blaming the other person for it. That mindset didn't come out of nowhere. It got modeled from the top. And once people saw that it was rewarded, they treated it like a permission slip. I'm tired of pretending bigotry is just another opinion. I'm tired of watching people use patriotism as a costume for hatred. And today, when a man thought I would agree with him because I'm white and wearing a navy ball cap or navy beanie and I'm in the South, I snapped. No script, no politeness, just the truth. My response is, what the fuck is wrong with you? If you want to be racist and toxic, you keep that shit to yourself. I got kids, and I refuse to let them grow up thinking that hate is normal. I refuse to let them see silence as approval. People can change. I mean, I watched it happen in my own home. But they don't change unless somebody pushes back. Not with violence, and not with cruelty, but with the kind of honesty that makes people sit with themselves. If I can be anything on this platform, I'm okay to be that push. Think about it.
Welcome back. Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great from, wherever you're watching this video. Again, I'm your host and presenter, In HSTRY. As I said, there's something that I want to talk about, and I think it's important for me to, always talk about them, as it is really good times to see the young white generation really coming out and exposing all the lies of their parents. And they're saying, you know what? We are not going to pass this down to the younger generations. We're not going to pass this down to the coming generations. This just gotta stop with us. So that's what they've decided. And that's what they're going to do. They have said that this is gonna be stopping with us. You're not gonna be allowing you to continue spreading all these lies to these all other groups too, so that they will not continue believing all the lies that you have spewed towards black people. And you have shared a different image even from the world, because the world listens to you. You get out on the camera, say negative things about black people, say all those negative stereotypes about black people. And that's what people believe. And so when we are seeing all these young generations coming out, we are seeing a new dawn. We are seeing a new dawn of educated, young, black people who are truth enthusiasts. They want to know the truth. They are digging the truth. That's what they want. We are seeing a new dawn of young people who doesn't engage with people in terms of stereotypes. They don't engage with people from what they heard. They are finding themselves. They are hanging out with black people. They are having their own experiences. And that's the truth of the matter. Because those negative stereotypes that they shared to the young generations was also shared to another young generations, went down to different generations, right? So when you see out there people having negative stereotypes about black people, it is because it is their upbringing, it is their development. That's what has made them become or be what they are right now, right? Somebody said that white supremacy built itself on a lie. Toni Morrison perfectly said it in an interview I saw. If you can only be tall because somebody is on their knees, then you have serious problem. The system created a myth where whiteness is a standard and everyone else is pushed down to protect that illusion. Yet black people keep rising anyways, and the truth exposed the insecurity behind the old structure. If I was white, I would be upset. If my parents kept feeding me these lies, teaching racism, hatred is a child abuse, right? I think somebody is trying to commend the lady by saying, girl teaching her parents facts. Mom and dad will never accept truth. Poor girl. I'm proud of her thought. Grow up, move on, be grateful. Those parents taught you how not to be, and you understood the assignment given to you by God. God bless you, love and honor. Your parent doesn't mean you have to like them or be around them when you grow up. Life's best with less hateful, bigoted, and racist people around you. I hope that makes sense, right? Somebody also said that as a white English guy, I'm actually embarrassed to be white. As in my experience, there are more racist white people than non-racist white people. I've tried talking sense to some of those people, but their ridiculous views are so entrenched, it's impossible for me not to get angry at the sheer stupidity of their prejudice. We are all human. We all bleed red blood. We have a million things in common, but these people can only see a difference that normal people can. I'm sorry you have to go through this, as it is despicable on every level. Peace and love to all of you guys. Indeed, it is despicable. Like, somebody also shared that I remember arguing with my dad, parents, about the white racism in the 60s. I was forbidden to play with kids who looked dark. It made me so angry as a child because color meant nothing, as we kids just wanted to play and have fun. We were poor and I never felt like I was any better than anyone else on this basis of my skin. As an American, I'm thrilled to hear kids getting vocal and publicly displaying it so that knowledge can do its thing and educate these people if they want to know the truth. Sadly, some are content to remain stupid, as it is a choice. Right? So I really don't know what you'll think about this, but I wanna, get to know your opinion in regards to this, right? As you know, I'm your host and pray these are In HSTRY stories. But until then, I'm hoping to see you on my next video. But until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.